From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, March 3rd, 2016. Silver is trading at $14.96 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,242 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $426. Antiwar.com reports the Islamic State attacked the town of Tel Abyad on the Syrian-Turkey border over the weekend, and fighting raged for several days. The Kurdish YPG is claiming victory, but a costly one, claiming over 200 people were killed in the fighting there. A YPG official reported 140 of the Islamic State fighters were killed in the battle, along with 43 YPG fighters. 23 civilian bystanders were also slain in the course of the fighting over the key border crossing. Initial reports were that some of the Islamic State fighters who attacked Tel Abyad crossed in from the Turkish side of the border. U.S. airstrikes were launched around the area over the weekend, aiming to stall the advance of the Islamic State. The YPG seized Tel Abyad back in June and has held it in the face of several offensives by the Islamic State ever since. The town is the most convenient border crossing into Turkey from the Islamic State capital of Raqqa, and its loss has forced the Islamic State to use more roundabout paths. In 1999, Daryl W. Perry began a search for traditional values, which led him down a path to the ideas of liberty. He tells the story in A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty. Of the book, Dr. Brian Sovereign says, "Sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I think it's crazy, but it's always authentic." Find A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty by Daryl W. Perry on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, ask for A Rebel's Journey wherever books are sold, or visit arebelsjourney.com. UPI reports as the court fight between the U.S. Justice Department and Apple continues, Defense Secretary Ash Carter has said he's opposed to the government agency being given backdoor access to encrypted information. Speaking at the annual RSA conference in San Francisco on Tuesday, Carter told an audience that he does not support the argument that law enforcement agencies should be given protected data, such as that contained on a smartphone used by San Bernardino terror suspect Syed Farouk. He said, "Just to cut to the chase, I'm not a believer in backdoors or a single technical approach. I don't think it's realistic." That drew enthusiastic applause. While Carter's remarks do relate to the San Bernardino case, it's not entirely an apples-to-apples comparison. Justice officials have repeatedly said they're not asking for a backdoor to Farouk's phone. Instead, they are seeking a one-off software program that would disable a security feature on that particular device, which would then enable FBI technicians to break into it. Without that program, Farouk's iPhone will reset itself and erase all of its data if investigators enter the incorrect password too many times. Apple also fears that compliance in the San Bernardino case might impact many other similar cases in which investigators cannot access protected information. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Justice Department has given immunity to a State Department employee who set up an email server for former Secretary of State and current Democratic presidential frontrunner candidate Hillary Clinton, according to the Washington Post. A senior U.S. law enforcement official said the FBI had secured the cooperation of Brian Pagliano, who worked on Clinton's 2008 presidential campaign before setting up the server in her New York home in 2009. Last month, a federal judge ruled that State Department officials and aides to Clinton should be questioned under oath about whether her use of a private email server was an effort to skirt open record laws. The ruling added to the uncertainty hovering over Clinton about the legal consequences of her decision to use a private email server in her home for her government work. The FBI is investigating the decision to use a private server and is likely in coming months to ask Clinton and her aides how it was set up and whether any of the participants knew they were sending classified information and emails. Clinton returned about 30,000 emails to the State Department in 2014, but said she deleted thousands of others that her staff deemed not to be work-related. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.